Gary and David, back for another installment here. This Friday's installment is looking at some of the characteristics that you were able to find through the data that talks about commonalities that these perpetrators, alleged perpetrators, have. Can you talk about some of those a little bit?
We did an analysis of about 70 cases of child abduction attempts by a stranger here in Cook County, and we geomapped the perpetrator's home and the incident, and found, which surprised us, that these perpetrators generally travel less than 2 miles from their home to the incident where they target the young girl or boy. We'd expected these people to be roaming far and wide throughout the city to choose their victims, but they don't. They stay in familiar neighborhoods, and we found that 80% of them select a victim of their own race or ethnicity.
Gary, one of the things that struck me as a parent, and I'm picking on you because I know that you have kids too, is that the information in this particular story struck me as useful in doing things that would help me have practices that would protect my kid. Was that an aim of this item in the series, or just a?
Yeah, I mean, I think we didn't want to just point out, hey, there's this problem out there. We also wanted to sort of offer parents and community leaders and others just sort of practical tips, and some of them are very common sense. It's about walking, making sure your child has a safe way to go back and forth from school, and making sure they know to stay out of alleyways and other secluded places, and don't walk to school alone. Walk to school with their friends. We don't want to scare our kids, but we definitely want to give them a sense of security and also knowledge about how to react just in case something does happen. If you feel uncomfortable and an adult approaches you, a stranger, I mean, shout, move away from that person, do something. So we're trying to give parents, again, we don't want to scare our kids, but we want to give the parents and children sort of practical advice.
And some of those items are in the story, and also in sidebars along with the story in the package. Anything else that was surprising in this research? That each one of these stories focuses on a different thing. What was most surprising to you, either of you, in this story?
I think most people, and I expected that child abduction attempts would center on toddlers. You think of the Lindbergh baby as sort of the classic example, but in fact the most at-risk group was girls aged 12 to 15.
And I think also, another surprising thing to us, you would think that somebody who is attempting to lure a child to their car would go out of their neighborhood. They'd sort of go far and wide so they wouldn't be recognized by anybody. It turns out that most of these abductors or who attempted these to lure the kids were basically working in their own neighborhoods. They were operating in their own neighborhoods. And I think the average was 1.9 mile away from their residence. So that was surprising as well.
Okay. All right, so you guys are still working on the story, so I'll let you get back to it. Thanks very much.
Thanks, James.